And a data analyst has reviewed voting data in several swing states. He says his findings are enough to overturn the results in at least 3 of them. His evidence appears to suggest the election results could be turned to favor President Trump. NTD's Kevin Hogan has more.
A data analyst performed 35 experiments in 5 states regarding voter data in the presidential election. According to his findings, in at least 3 of the states, the number of questionable or potentially fraudulent ballots exceeds the vote margin between Trump and Biden. The leader of the Voter Integrity Project, Matt Brainerd, explained his findings in an interview with Crossroads host Joshua Phillip. Brainerd said he found over 1,000 voters in Georgia who listed themselves at addresses that are post offices or other facilities the Postal Service leases or owns, like FedEx or UPS stores. They also disguised their P.O. boxes as apartments.
So rather than saying P.O. Box 123, the address is listed as apartment 123. And that's a major red flag. And what's also remarkable about these individuals is that almost all of them voted early absentee. Very few voted in person. So that really raises a red flag because they're illegally registered, and not just incidentally, but intentionally meant to deceive by listing, suite number or unit number rather than technically what it is, which is a box number.
For example, a voter listed his or her address as 724 Charlie Smith Senior Highway, St. Mary's, Georgia, apartment 5402. But that address is not an apartment building, it's a post office. According to the Federal Voting Assistance Program, when requesting an absentee ballot, a P.O. box cannot be used as a mailing address. Now on to Pennsylvania. Brainerd had teams call people the state marked as having received a ballot request, but from whom the state never got the actual ballot. In other words, people who supposedly requested a ballot, but it never arrived to be counted in their name.
The first question we asked is, did you actually request that ballot? And in many cases they said no, which is a big red flag because somebody had to request that ballot. And by law, it had to be them or somebody that they designated legally to do so.
Here is an example of a call his team made to a Pennsylvania resident.
We show that in the state of Pennsylvania is marked as having received an absentee ballot request from you, but did not receive your absentee ballot. Did you request an absentee ballot?
No.
The second question they asked was if the voter returned the ballot. Many said yes, which Brainerd says is a red flag because the state did not receive it and their vote was not counted.
We're hoping that by making the state discovery, that it will lead to judicial remedies that could bring greater scrutiny to the election, such as signature evaluation or manual recounts, as well as law enforcement to look into exactly who requested those ballots, and then if the people did mail them back in, why they didn't get counted and why they didn't make it to the clerk's office.
Brainerd says his analysis should have been done before the election by cleaning up voter rolls to remove ineligible voters, and during the election by objecting to ballots that should not be counted. He says once the ballots are taken out of the absentee envelopes, it's hard to remedy the problem, short of a judge ordering a complete do-over of the election.